Well, I have something I wanted to share real quick. So today I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. And there's going to be those days, and look, sometimes we go with it, and then sometimes we just got to say no, 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 no. And so today I was like, no, 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 no. Right? But of course I needed God. So that's the first being I went to, which is not my norm. I'm usually there soaking and moping in my sorrows. So I decided, let me do that. So I just turned my phone off, laid in the bed, and stayed in complete silence. And I was just talking to a family member, kind of about how do you know if God's talking to you? How do you know if He answered you? And I didn't really know how to quite answer that before until more recently. We'll say within this last week, I kind of really got the vibe of how He speaks to me. He speaks to everybody differently. And so there I was, just kind of doing my thing, chillaxing, trying to catch a vibe from God. And lo and behold, in my head was something I would probably never thought of. And I don't remember when was the last time I heard this song, okay? But but in my head it went, "This will be an everlasting love. This will be." And I just laid there and I was like, huh? wait, what? Okay. And then there was this unction, like, go read the lyrics. And I know there's a lot of controversy. A lot of people don't like to hear, oh, God doesn't use secular music. Like, knock it off. You don't get to tell God who He can't use. He used a donkey. I'm sure you heard that before, which He did. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So the song, so I go look up the words. And it's like every one thing that I could possibly think of that I feel about God right now. Like, the words or verbiage I couldn't probably get out to tell Him or express to Him how I feel. That song was everything. And it was like a confirmation of like, I feel you, daughter. I feel you, beloved. Keep moving. We got this. It was like that motivational pick me up, because without words of not being able to say it, not even remembering that song, why did it pop in my head? Out of a time mostly where I'm like in my duper, I'm in my stupor, like a boop, just kind of pause, shake, and I'm just waiting for the vibe. And He gave me the vibe. He gave me words, the expressions that I would have provided Him in a sense of how I see Him, how I view Him. I love God so much, from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. And no, He knows this. But it was just that, that reassurance. And lately, slowly and surely, I'm starting to see just little things come alive. They're starting to, really, really catch my eye. Very, very subtle things. So when they tell you that God isn't in the big, it's not always in the big wows, the big fantastics. He's in the subtle. He's in the calms. He's in the little fairy dust that you might see float by, or the dandelion feather dust that when you blow, that dandelion thingy. I don't know if that was even what it's called, but you blow it. It's like when you blow a wish, and you just kind of see like little faint pieces of that out of nowhere. That's how God is. He's just very, very, you got to be quiet. You got to put everything at a halt, a stop. And that's when you catch Him. I was walking this last week up the hill here. Ooh, look at this. Hold on, let me share with you. If I start breathing hard, you guys know what's going on. All right, here we go. Anyway, so I was up here on the hill, and He always speaks to me in threes. And so it just so happened that I was just kind of la la la, and a little hummingbird. Actually, it was a bigger hummingbird than usual. Came out of nowhere. And I'm like, whoa, wow. How cute. It caught my eye as I'm breathing hard like I am right now. And it was just like that that I was getting. So it's this peace and this calm, although I'm struggling because I'm inclined. And woo, girl. But anyway, so I'm like, wow, okay, cool. I get around to the other side of the hill and I see it again. I'm like, whoa, wow. All right. Okay, it's enough. Then, third time around, he comes and he just, that reminder is like right in front of me. Like he could have went anywhere. And I mean anywhere. Look, anywhere. Whew. Anywhere in this big place. And he's right in my face. And he just there, and his little wings are just flapping away. And I said, wow. And that's when I realized, that's him. And it was so awesome because of the feeling that came over me. It's almost reminded me of life, like life, when you are slowly but surely trying to get up there and you're not quite sure, like if you have that unction or juice to get up and make it happen, right? And he just comes there and he lifts you up, just a little pick me up. And that's exactly what happened. And it was a calm and a peace in the midst of my breathing hard and my trying to function and get enough energy juice to keep it moving. And that's all I needed. And that day, you know what she did? She did four rounds of this monster that I call Communication Hill. You know, he's always going to be there for you guys. But yeah, this is a little bits of my experience that I want to share with you guys. Love ya. Toodles.